Have you ever wondered if summoning demons is actually real? Would you dare to stand in front of a mirror at midnight and call out a spirit's name? Or use a Ouija board to communicate with an unseen force? Across the internet, paranormal challenges are spreading like wildfire. Some claim they've made contact with supernatural beings, while others dismiss it as pure superstition. But what if there's more to it than just a game? What if something answers back? In today's video, we'll dive deep into the scariest demon summoning rituals, uncover terrifying real-life stories, and explore the science behind these eerie experiences. Do these games actually work, or is it all just a trick of the mind? One thing's for sure, once you start playing, you might not be able to stop. So turn off the lights, put on your headphones, and get ready, because we're about to step into the world of the unknown. Let's begin. 1. Introduction. The supernatural has fascinated people for centuries, but the internet has amplified this obsession with viral, demon-summoning rituals. These so-called games have taken over platforms like YouTube and TikTok, where people claim to hear ghostly whispers, see shadowy figures, and feel a demonic presence after attempting these rituals. Some believe they've made contact with supernatural beings, while others dismiss these experiences as hoaxes or psychological tricks. Why do these challenges attract so much attention? Is it the thrill of the unknown? The idea that something beyond our understanding might be real? Or is it just our minds playing tricks on us? In this exploration, we'll dive into the most famous summoning games, their origins, and the psychological explanations behind the eerie encounters many claim to have experienced. Fear and the power of suggestion. One major reason these challenges feel real is fear and suggestion. When someone performs a ritual rumored to summon a demon, their mind is already primed to expect something terrifying. This is called expectation bias, when people perceive events in a way that aligns with their fears. Group psychology also plays a role. When multiple people participate in a ritual, even small things like a creaky floor or flickering light can feel like undeniable proof of the supernatural. This is why these challenges spread rapidly. Fear is contagious. The influence of social media. Social media has fueled an explosion of paranormal content, with influencers staging creepy videos for entertainment. Many so-called demonic encounters are heavily edited, using special effects and clever camera tricks. But even knowing this, the fear remains. Because what if just one of these stories is real? 2. Popular demon summoning challenges. Many cultures have passed down eerie summoning rituals, each with its own set of rules and alleged consequences. Whether real or not, these games have captivated thrill seekers worldwide. Here are some of the most well-known summoning challenges. The Ouija board. One of the most famous tools for contacting spirits, the Ouija board is said to allow users to communicate with the dead. Players lightly place their fingers on a planchette, asking questions as it seemingly moves on its own. Scientists attribute this to the ideomotor effect, where subconscious muscle movements create the illusion of an external force. Still, countless users claim to have experienced sinister responses and hauntings. Bloody Mary. This classic legend involves chanting Bloody Mary in front of a mirror, hoping to summon the spirit of a ghostly woman. Some say she appears to scratch, scream, or even attack. The story likely stems from historical figures or psychological effects, as staring into a mirror for prolonged periods can cause hallucinations. The Midnight Man game. Allegedly rooted in pagan rituals, this game involves writing your full name on paper, adding a drop of blood, knocking on a door 22 times at midnight, and keeping a candle lit until 3:33 a.m. If the candle goes out, the Midnight Man is said to be near. Many believe the game is just a test of fear, while others insist they have encountered a dark presence. The Charlie Challenge. A modern viral challenge, this game uses 2 pencils balanced in a cross shape on a sheet of paper labeled with yes and no. Players ask, Charlie, are you here? And watch if the pencil moves. Scientists explain that subtle airflow or micro-movements likely cause the motion, but many insist they have received eerie answers. The elevator game. This ritual, originating from Korea, is believed to transport players to another dimension. Participants must enter an elevator in a 10-story building, pressing buttons in a specific sequence. If done correctly, a woman may enter on the 5th floor. Looking or speaking to her is forbidden. Many who claim to have tried it report feeling disoriented, experiencing lost time, or sensing an eerie presence. The Three Kings Ritual. This ritual supposedly lets participants contact spirits. It involves sitting between two mirrors in a dark room at 3:33 a.m. with a candle. Some claim to see shadowy figures in the reflections, hear whispers, or sense an unknown presence. Experts suggest that sensory deprivation may induce hallucinations and paranoia. Are these rituals real? While skeptics argue these games are psychological tricks, others swear by their terrifying experiences. Fear, darkness, and expectation can make even skeptics believe they've encountered the supernatural. Whether real or not, these rituals continue to intrigue and terrify those willing to try them. Would you dare attempt one of these summoning challenges? Let us know in the comments. 3. Psychological and scientific explanations. The belief in demon summoning may be fueled by countless stories and personal experiences, but science and psychology offer compelling explanations for why these encounters feel so real. Hallucinations and the power of fear. Fear is a powerful force that can amplify normal sensory input, creating auditory and visual hallucinations. When participants in a summoning ritual expect to encounter something supernatural, their brains heighten their awareness, often misinterpreting random sounds, shadows, or movements as paranormal signs. This phenomenon, known as pareidolia, causes people to perceive familiar patterns, such as faces or whispers, in meaningless stimuli. The ideomotor effect. When the mind moves the body, many summoning rituals involve objects moving seemingly on their own, as seen in the Ouija board or the Charlie Charlie challenge. This can be explained by the ideomotor effect, where the subconscious mind triggers tiny, involuntary muscle movements, causing objects to shift in a way that appears supernatural. Participants believe in external forces at work, when in reality it is their own body responding to deep-seated expectations. The role of sleep paralysis and hypnagogia. A significant number of eerie encounters occur at night, particularly when people are in a state between wakefulness and sleep. This is known as sleep paralysis, a condition where a person is aware of their surroundings but unable to move, often experiencing intense hallucinations of shadowy figures, demonic presences, or an overwhelming sense of dread. This scientifically recognized phenomenon has likely contributed to the widespread belief in nocturnal hauntings and supernatural visitations. Expectations and psychological priming. The mind is highly suggestible. When someone enters a summoning ritual already convinced that they will encounter a demon or spirit, their brain begins filtering experiences to match that belief. A simple gust of wind, a flickering candle, or a distant creak suddenly feels like irrefutable proof of paranormal activity. This cognitive bias, known as confirmation bias, reinforces the idea that the ritual worked, even if no supernatural force was actually present. The science behind group fear and mass hysteria. Fear spreads quickly in groups. When multiple people participate in a summoning game, their collective emotions can escalate, leading to a psychological phenomenon called mass hysteria. In heightened emotional states, people feed off each other's reactions, amplifying their fear and making them believe they are experiencing supernatural activity, even when no tangible evidence supports it. Ultimately, while science provides logical explanations for most demon summoning experiences, the psychological and physiological effects involved are so powerful that they can make these rituals feel undeniably real to those who take part in them. 4. Cultural and religious perspectives. Demon summoning is not just an internet trend. It has been an integral part of human history, shaping folklore, religion, and spiritual practices across cultures. Western beliefs, fear, and forbidden practices. In Christianity and many Western religions, summoning demons is considered extremely dangerous and strongly condemned. Biblical texts and religious doctrines warn against attempting to communicate with spirits, as it is believed to invite malevolent entities. Tales of possession, exorcisms, and demonic pacts have long fueled fear and reinforced the notion that engaging in such rituals can have dire consequences. Throughout history, figures accused of practicing dark arts, such as witches and occultists, were often persecuted. The Salem witch trials and the widespread fear of satanic cults during the Satanic Panic of the 1980s illustrate how Western societies have historically associated demon summoning with evil and punishment. Eastern spirituality, a more nuanced perspective. In contrast, many Eastern cultures perceive the spirit world differently. Rather than viewing all supernatural encounters as inherently evil, some traditions accept spirits as a natural part of existence. In Taoism and certain Buddhist traditions, spirits can be protective or vengeful depending on how they are treated. Practices like ancestral worship, which involve summoning spirits for guidance, are considered sacred rather than sinister. However, caution is still advised. In Japanese folklore, stories of malevolent spirits such as the Oni or Tengu serve as warnings against recklessly disturbing the supernatural. In China and Vietnam, ghost festivals involve rituals to honor the dead. But there are also taboos against calling upon spirits with bad intentions, as it is believed to bring misfortune. African and indigenous beliefs, the role of shamans and rituals. In African and indigenous traditions, summoning spirits is often seen as a sacred duty rather than a dangerous act. Shamans and spiritual leaders perform rituals to communicate with ancestral spirits, seeking wisdom or healing. However, darker practices involving curses and spirit manipulation also exist, showing that the boundary between beneficial and malevolent summoning is often dictated by intent. Modern occultism and the resurgence of demon summoning. In recent years, interest in demon summoning has surged, partly due to pop culture, horror movies, and the rise of online occult communities. Some people see it as a curiosity, others as a way to gain power, while skeptics dismiss it as mere psychological suggestion. Books like The Lesser Key of Solomon, detailing historical demon summoning practices, continue to intrigue modern practitioners of the occult. Regardless of cultural background, demon summoning has always been shrouded in mystery, fear, and fascination. Whether seen as a forbidden act or a spiritual journey, it remains one of the most enduring and controversial aspects of human belief. 5. Conclusion. Would you dare to try? Even with scientific explanations, many stories remain mysterious. Whether these rituals truly work or are just psychological tricks, the fear they evoke is undeniably real. The mere idea of summoning something beyond human understanding has captivated people for centuries, and it continues to intrigue, terrify, and challenge believers and skeptics alike. For some, these rituals are a test of courage. For others, they are an invitation to the unknown. Many who attempt them report chilling experiences, while others dismiss them as nothing more than the power of suggestion. But one question remains: is it worth the risk? Would you dare to try one of these summoning games? Have you ever experienced something unexplainable? Share your thoughts and stories. Even with scientific explanations, many stories remain mysterious. Whether these rituals truly work or are just psychological tricks, the fear they evoke is undeniably real. Would you dare to try one of these summoning games? Share your thoughts. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thrilling explorations of the unknown. Your support helps us continue uncovering the mysteries that captivate us all. Turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the supernatural. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and beware of what you summon.